If you're thinking of buying a condo in Mississauga, watch this video before you sign anything because the market is not as busy as they want you to believe. So we're going to look at some key stats that you will not find on other social media ads. First stat I want to show you is what has been happening for the last 5 years, because it's always a good idea to see in a broader picture which way the market is going. So the peak of the market was definitely in 2022. February and March of 2022 was the peak of the market. Sales went all the way from 353 to 203 in just 1 year. And that's not even the worst of it. The prices are the worst of it. In 2020, the average price for a condo was $548,000. Then it went up all the way to $736,000. So almost a $200,000 jump for a condo, not a detached house, for a condo. But if you were one of the unlucky ones who got caught up in the hype and FOMO and all that, and you ended up buying at the peak of the market, unfortunately for you, prices went down more than $100,000 in just 1 year. And as of right now, in the middle of March, so March 1st to March 20th, we're sitting at an average price of $615,000, which is almost identical to what was happening last year. And even median prices are almost identical. Right now we're sitting at 590, and in 2023 March. So by the way, this is March only, the month of March, and we still have 11 days to go right here. So that's why this number is quite low. Last March it was $596,000 median price, and now we're sitting at 590. And I'm going to get back to this chart in 1 second, because this is a very important chart, because it shows you one key difference between what was happening last year and this year. So we'll come back to this in just a second. But now let's look at top 3 markets in Mississauga. So if you are planning on buying in one of these markets, chances are you're going to be facing some competition, because these are the most popular markets in Mississauga. So the number 3 on the list is Mississauga Valleys. If you're not familiar with the neighborhood of Mississauga, it's pretty close to square one. It's not like a 20-minute commute or anything. It is close to Mississauga. Is some of the older buildings like Canap, Mississauga Valley, just southeast of square one. So to crack top 3, they've only had 23 sales, but that was enough to make it on the top 3 list. And this is not just March, this is all of 2024 so far. And median prices, and this is interesting. Current median price on the neighborhood of Mississauga Valleys is $561,000 for a condo. And in 2020, that same condo was about $475,000. And in 2015, it was less than half. In 2015, average median price for a condo was $250,000. And like I said before, it has more than doubled. So number 2 on the list is also close to square one. Not a big surprise there. It is the market of here, Ontario. Here, Ontario is, if you're like I said before, if you're not from Mississauga, it's just north of square one. Not even a long drive, depending on the traffic. If you just go north of square one, you will see a whole bunch of condos on the left hand side, mostly Kingsbridge Garden, Tucana, and on the right you'll see Trailwood. So in the neighborhood of here, Ontario, there have been 58 condos sold in all of 2024. And the current median price is $577,000. And in 2015, that same condo was selling for $250,000. I remember when I started, they even cost less than $250,000. So they have gone up more than double. So that is good, but it's a long-term game. Anybody who's thinking of flipping condos in this market, it's probably not a good idea. And if someone's telling you that is a good idea, that's probably not the best advice. But in the long term, if you hang on to it for like 10 years, like some people have, you have more than doubled your money. And the number 1 market in Mississauga for condos, not a surprise at all, is square one. Square one is where everybody wants to be, where everything is. Whether you're buying or selling or renting, this is the hottest market in town. So a big drastic change from Mississauga Valleys to, I think it was like 23, 26 sales to 157 condos sold in 2024. Current median price, we're sitting at $585,000. And back in 2015, that same condo cost $270,000. So just like other markets, they have more than doubled in the last 10 years. But if you look at, I want to go back to this chart once again. This is the chart I wanted to show you how the market is drastically different than what was happening last year. Yes, the sales are almost identical. Prices are almost identical, whether you look at average or median. So a lot of things are similar. The only big difference is there's more supply this year. Because if you look at active listings of last year, sales are in red and active listings are in blue. You can see here the gap between red and blue is not much in February. It's even smaller in March and even smaller in April. That's what was causing lineups outside open houses, bidding wars, all kinds of craziness. But that's not happening as much this year because there is a whole bunch of supply. Look at the gap between February of this year. This is the gap between sales and active listings. Compare that to last year. And in March, look at the gap. It's even smaller. And look at the gap right now between sales and active listings. A huge gap. That's why you're starting to see prices are not increasing. They're pretty much flat compared to last year because there is a lot more supply. So a lot more supply equals less panic in the market. Less panic means less crazy bidding wars, which is good if you are a buyer. So that is my top 3 list for Mississauga. Like I always say, if you guys need any help buying or selling in Mississauga or anywhere in that neighborhood, you can call or text me here. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.